It's like a nervous excitement. You're just like, we're getting so close.
The minute I stepped into the bunker, to see the stadium filled with people that want to see us succeed, it's a true feeling.
All the individual acclaim this year for San Antonio. This is their long-awaited glory. San Antonio FC finishes the fight. The long-awaited star, San Antonio FC, wins the USL Championship final.
My name is Eric Rios.
Jenica Urrutia.
Robert Rankin.
Matthew Gomez.
Stuart Ransom.
Justin Ganshaw.
And the supporter group I am with is FTC de San Antonio.
And I'm with 210 Alliance.
I'm the president for Crocketeers.
The name, it's kind of funny how it came up. Sitting at home watching an old show, I don't know if you know it, Mucha Lucha, right? And there is a thing that they have where it's honor, tradition, family, like that. And I called one of the guys, I was like, hey, we can do familia, tradición, and cultura, and we'll just say it's FTC. And then we'll put de San Antonio, so that way it's the family, the tradition, the culture of San Antonio.
Crocketeers. Ooh. So we are one of the old school supporters groups for soccer in San Antonio. So we started just supporting soccer for San Antonio in general. And so when we had the Scorpions before SAFC, we were out there supporting them. And then obviously when SAFC became part of the USL, we hopped right on and started cheering for them from the beginning.
My friends and I, we were wanting to have a different type of tailgate atmosphere for supporters. And so we branched off from another supporter group in 2016, and we've started 210 Alliance. The Tower of America is a huge part of San Antonio, and we took the letters S and A for San Antonio and made that look like the Tower of America. And that's a big piece of our logo.
Game day?
What's that like?
Man, game days those are the best. Saturdays, I mean, that's what we look forward to. The bunker is the place where teams do not want to come because this is what they have to hear is us. We try to be as loud as we can. And, you know, with us and the Crocketeers and 210, if we're all together doing chants, it does make the stadium, or it does make our area, louder.
It's madness, or as one of our tifos actually has it, it's chaos. There's 3 groups, we're all super rowdy. After goals, beers flying, water's flying, everyone just having a good old time.
It's so much excitement and electricity. I mean, there's smoke going off, especially when we're winning. The drums are going, people are yelling, screaming, banging on anything you can find. Everything becomes an instrument at some point. Like, you just grab cups and hit them together. You get rowdy, The more chaos, the better.
Every once in a while, siblings fight, there are miscommunications, but each of the groups has something different to offer, and at the end of the day, we all have that same common goal of supporting SAFC.
It's different with supporters. Supporters become family right off the back because we all share the same ideas, the same thoughts, the same love of the sport. I mean, seeing how people, kids, just love the sport. It really grows onto you.
It's a wonderful feeling, especially when the stadium full and you're hearing them singing all game long, and you just feel that passion, and like it almost feels like you're playing for them, and sometimes you just kind of take yourself out of the equation and you're just like, I want you to be happy at the end of the game. Obviously I'm going to be happy, but I feel like you're giving me so much life in this game that like putting a smile on your face is all I really want to do too.
I just like the game day experience, making it more exciting for everyone, hanging up the banners and tifos, being down here where it's loud, and getting people excited before the game even starts, and tailgating and just relaxing with people that are friends.
So I am Danielle Gronsky. I am one of 2 co-founders of Copa Tejas. We started this way back in 2019, pre-pandemic, and because we also believe that everything is bigger in Texas, so our rivalries have to be bigger too. So we have 4 teams in Copa Tejas. We based it on the Cascadia Cup model, where it's an in-state tournament based on in-season play. So it's just regular games in the season and to see who has the best head-to-head competition. It has been amazing. At the USL level, we see people tailgating together, really get to see the cultures of the different teams and the different cities, and really just the community coming together.
Well, it's not hard to fuel that fire, you know, going against some of our favorite opponents, RGB, El Paso, but we're all Texans too. And so at the end of the day, you know, we can argue about our teams, but we're all here to support soccer in Texas and support each other.
When things happened in El Paso, when there was the shooting, the entire state banded together to support them. And so it's amazing to see all of these soccer teams and these supporters groups coming together to support each other. And the beautiful thing is, it doesn't matter what your record is during the regular season, because come Copa Tejas, everyone starts even.
It's a competitive rivalry, but in some regards, I mean, it's a bit of a friendly rivalry. Like it's almost like you pick on your own little brothers. Like, you know, within Texas, like we can give each other static, but if someone outside of Texas jumps in, then sometimes like, whoa, it becomes a whole nother argument. It's pretty interesting. Like you'll catch it online and social media. It's like we give each other grief back and forth, but then all of a sudden, you know, someone outside of it, like Colorado says something, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. We're still Texas at the end of the day. So it's actually pretty neat. It creates like a family environment.
We look forward to adding Super League teams in. So when all of the Texas teams get their Super League teams in, then we have a Copa Tejas for the women as well. So we're super excited that we're gonna branch out. We're not just gonna be limited to men, we want it to be women as well, which is truly the best in Division I and Division II in Texas.
So I think the best way to describe it is vindication. So historically, San Antonio always gets looked over or passed up on for different opportunities and different sports. And so to have the USL and to have Spurs Sports and Entertainment prop up the SAFC, get it started, and really start taking on more of a role with it and helping grow the sport and the club, it was something that really just stuck with me, because here's a moment where we're not being overlooked. We're in it, and for the championship to be home and to raise that trophy here first was amazing.
It's kind of like one of those things where it's like a nervous excitement. You're just like, we're getting so close. And then I'm sure if you know soccer, like anyone, knockout soccer can go any way. You can have a wrong kick, a card, a PK. To actually finally get to the finish line and enjoy it is like, gosh, it was just kind of a culmination of all the hard work. It's like it all paid off.
I'm drumming. My buddy Robert points at Jordan Farr, and he points at us. He's like, I'm coming for you. And I'm like, oh man, okay.
We knew we were going to win by like the 94th minute, whatever the extra time was. Like, we were up 2 goals at that point. The ball was on the other end of the field. I actually turned, Coach won't love this. I turned to the bunker, and I said, I'm going to jump right there. I was like, I'm going right there, because there was a few, like, I mean, it was packed.
So like, all right, we're good. Like, we're just waiting for the final seconds, and he runs, and I see him jump, and I was like, that's not a good angle, so I had to lean over my drum. That way, he didn't hit his ribs. So once he picked himself up, I tried to get out of the mosh pit, so that way I can regain myself, because someone jumped on me.
I think like something was like in between my legs. A guy was like trying to like gasp for air.
From the back, and I was like, oh shit, trying to find my hat, trying to find my glasses. Like it was fun, but painful the next morning trying to wake up. I called the guys, they're like, dude, I can't feel my arm, my head's pounding, I got a bruise on my chest, and they're like, well, what does it look like? And it was just a half a circle from the drum.
It's just really rewarding to be able to win that title. And then to know that we have a really strong team again this year, and we got to keep a lot of our favorite players, so many returning players. So it's nice to form a relationship with them too and get to really know our team, and I think that's really exciting.
Watching San Antonio FC's run through the league, winning Copa Tejas, winning the Copa Tejas Shield, and then winning Western Conference Championship, winning the USL Championship was just amazing.